I'm IQBAL and I'm here with BAFTA kids at the premiere of A Boy Called Christmas here at the Natural History Museum, and we're just waiting for the stars to arrive.
BAFTA kids.
Yeah, BAFTA kids. I like your whole green, blue outfit.
Thank you. Very snow, winter situation.
Very pixie. Oh my goodness, the elves have arrived.
Have they been asking you the hard-hitting questions?
Not really.
Oh, maybe they'll step it up for me. Watch this space.
Could you explain a bit about the film for people who haven't read the book already?
Yeah, the book by Matt Haig is the origin story of Father Christmas. So the question for us all is, where did Father Christmas come from? What was Father Christmas when he was 12 years old? And it turns out he was just a boy living in a forest who believed in a place called Elfhelm and went on a journey to try and find the elves.
So you are the author of this A Boy Called Christmas. So what inspired you to come up with this story?
Well, my son Lucas, who's here tonight somewhere, when he was 6 years old, he said, what was Father Christmas like as a boy? I thought, that's a good idea for a story.
And I knew Matt quite well before we started the film, and he told me he'd written a book about the origin story of Father Christmas. And I was like, ooh, that sounds like that could be a film.
I'd never expected that question asked late at night when I was trying to get him to sleep and wishing he would, shut up, would lead to us being here tonight.
It's a dangerous journey to Elfhelm. Under the moon, past the sleeping giants, up the pointy mountain. We'll get there. I know we will.
The thing about it was how to make it like emotional and big and meaningful. Could we get really good casts like Sally Hawkins and Maggie Smith and Jim Broadbent and Kristen Wiig and all those people to come and join us?
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, how are you?
Oh my goodness, you're so tall.
I know, it's why I'm perfect to play a mouse.
Hey there, beautiful. Wait there, I'll be right back. No idea what this Christmas thing is, but I love it.
So how is it like voicing over a mouse?
Well, it's quite hard to get into the mindset of a mouse. How does a mouse think?
Yeah.
So I went and lived with mice for 6 months. I only ate cheese. No, I didn't really.
I was like, what?
No, I'm not. I don't take it that seriously.
Mika, you can talk.
Yeah, of course I can talk. And I can fly as well. No, just kidding. No mice can fly. That would be absurd.
The great fun thing for me was that they had a script, but they let me play around and sort of add my own personality, hopefully, to the character. They would put a special contraption on my head that would film me as we were doing it, so that they could try and get a bit of my facial stuff that they could give to the mouse.
Who, or rather what, is that?
The name's Mika, ma'am. Have you never seen a mouse before?
I have. I wasn't addressing you.
My most humble apologies.
I'm Nikolas.
But it wasn't clear.
I'm human.
So could you please explain a bit about your character?
So Nikolas is a boy who is asked in the film by the king to bring hope to the world, and he sets off on this incredible adventure to look for his father, where he finds Elfhelm, the magical village of the elf, and basically is the origin of Father Christmas and how he becomes the character.
I hoped for you to be strong and warm and always safe.
Always safe? That's impossible.
We never, ever say that word. An impossibility is only a possibility that you don't understand yet. But now we must get as far away from you as possible, and you must leave Elfhelm. I have played a kind of elf before, but this is a sort of more human elf, I think.
Yeah.
And I really love it. I think it's a really charming film, and it's kind of got an adventure dynamic to it, so it's kind of, I really enjoyed it. Christmas is the greatest day of all because it is the kindest day of all.
And the brightest, and the smiliest. A day when being open-hearted is the most important thing of all. Which is why we won't let them take it from us.
Yeah, enough, little noosh. it's time to talk of easier things.
So I play Little Noosh, who is an elf who, with Father Topo, her grandfather, played by Toby Jones, they go and save Nikolas in the snow because he's got hypothermia, and we introduce him to all the elves in Elfhelm.
My character is called Little Kip. He's a shy elf who doesn't speak much, and he gets kidnapped.
How was it like working with other experienced actors?
It was really cool, and I learnt a lot from them as well.
I performed a small hope spell.
A Drimwick. On a human.
Little one.
I loved Sally Hawkins. I think she's incredible with that villain character. She really played that incredibly well. Zoe Colletti, she had a very friendly vibe, and she was so fun. Like, the way she acted was so fun, and it really fitted the character.
Oh, yes, hold this. Ow! I'm calling them crackers. Not quite as potent as Helix, but plenty of trouble in the right hand. What was that for? Waking up the troll. What troll? The one right behind you.
So I play a character called Truth Pixie, and she is like a spunky, cheeky little pixie. And the most interesting thing about her is the fact that she can never tell a lie, which gets her into a little bit of a trouble. Not many people want to be friends with somebody that always tells them the most blunt truth.
I'm sorry, it just comes out.
My role as a director is to help all of the actors imagine the world around them. So whether that means a sequence of flying through the sky, whether that means seeing an entire village all the way up to the mountains, or whether that means having a conversation with a mouse in your hand, my job is to make that world visible to the actors. And so you'll have to ask them how well I did.
It was so much fun. I loved getting to do like all my own stunts. It was so fun. Scenes getting like dropped on top of buildings and running on top of buildings and flying down. So it was like all kinds of craziness, but it was so much fun. Like one of my favorite things I've ever done.
We were filming in Barandal Studios in Prague, and the sets was just amazing. We had a great time out there, and everything with the elf world was built there. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
We went to the North Pole, properly flew through unbelievable scenes of color and snow and light in helicopters. That's pretty hard to beat.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
so you went all over the place.
We went all over. This is a big adventure.
The ambition was to make something that hopefully people will watch this year, and maybe again next year, maybe again the year after. And people will judge, but I think it's a really lovely film with a really lovely heart, and I'm very proud of it.
Did you watch the movie?
Yeah, I did watch the movie.
And tell me the truth.
Right, okay.
Is it the next hit family movie?
I think it'll be a big hit at Christmas. It will be a big hit.
Come on, Blitzen! There's magic in you! Magic is real!
Nikolas showed the world anything can happen.
Remember, watch this movie for the next 10 years. A Boy Called Christmas.
A Boy Called Christmas, don't forget that.
Don't forget that now.
Don't forget it.
Don't forget it.
It's just one day a year. What shall we call it?
Nikolas and Mika the Talking Mouse Day.
Any other ideas?
Everybody's gone in to watch the film now, and I personally have had an amazing time interviewing the cast and crew of this movie. I've had a good time, I hope you've had a good time, and I've also got this free hat as well. This was SAMAIRA IQBAL presenting for BAFTA Kids. Thank you, and bye!